Hello everyone. So in today's class of business analytics, we'll be looking at what is VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP is also called as vertical lookup. So here we will have a lookup list that is nothing but a table array. So for the example that we have over here, we have order ID, order priority. So order IDs are 1 to 15 and order priorities, we have different priorities like low, medium, high, critical and not specified. So with respect to the order priorities that we have, I have created a lookup list, or you can call this as a table array. So the VLOOKUP or the vertical lookup tries to search for a value in the table array in corresponding to the value that we are looking for in the cell where we enter the VLOOKUP formula. So this is the table array that we have for different priorities or the priorities that have been listed in the column B and the corresponding star rating that I would like to give. For example, for a order priority low, medium and not specified, I would like to give a 1-star rating. For an order priority high, I would like to give a 2-star rating. And for an order priority critical, I would like to give a 3-star rating. So I have created a table array for the priority and the corresponding star rating. So now I will use this table array in order to pull value into columns into the cell C2 where I'll be entering the VLOOKUP formula. So here in column B, the order priority of the very first row, the first order ID is low. So I expect the priority star rating in C2 to be populated as 1 star. So let's write the VLOOKUP and see how the value over here, that is the value that has to be populated, 1 star, is getting pulled from my table array, from my lookup. So you will write equal to VLOOKUP function is inbuilt in Excel. So when you start writing VLOOKUP, it shows you the option of VLOOKUP. Just click on that. You see that we need to enter 4 input values. The 4 input values are the lookup value, table array, column index number, and range lookup. So we'll enter the input one by one. The first input is lookup value. This is nothing but the cell for which we would like to search the value, the same value in my table array. So here I would select the column B, row 2. So B2 cell I would select as the lookup value. So I will try to search this particular order priority low in my lookup array, which is these priority and the star rating. So now after that we have the second input, which is the table array, which is nothing but the lookup list that we have created. I'll select both the columns and all the rows which I have in my table array. So that is the H2 to I7. Now since I do not want this particular table array to change when I pull this particular formula to all the remaining cells till C16, so I need to fix that up. So I'll use a dollar symbol to fix the values of my table array such that when I pull this formula till C16, it doesn't change my table array. So that is my second input. After that, you have the third input, which is the column index number. This column index number is referring to the column in your table array from where you would like to pull the priority star rating. So in my table array or lookup list that I've created, the star rating is in the second column. So the priority here is the first, column and the star rating is the second column. So that is column number 2. So that column number I have to give as my third input. So I'll enter 2. So it's not necessary that my column number should be 2 always. It can be 3, it can be 4. It depends what is the column number that you would like to refer to for pulling the value into the cell where you're entering the VLOOKUP formula. So it can vary. Finally, the last input is the range lookup. So here we have two conditions: true for an approximate match and false for an exact match. So here, since we are going to look for an exact match, because here the order priority is low and I would like to look for low in my table array or my lookup list. So I'm wanting to look for an exact match. So therefore I would put false over here. Okay, and then close my brackets and click on enter. So you see that for order priority low, the priority star rating is 1 star, which is the same as my lookup list that I have created for order priority low. I had put star rating as 1. Now likewise, if I pull the formula to the next row where it is high, it is populating 2 star, which is again similar to the lookup list that I created. For high, I have given 2 stars. Likewise, you can do that for all the other rows as well, and you will see that it corresponds to the star rating that I have put up in my table array or my lookup list. So this is for the very first scenario in your vertical lookup or your VLOOKUP, where you're looking for an exact match. The first input value that you're giving, you're trying to match that input value with the value in your lookup list, and it should match exactly. Okay, so that is your first case. Now we will look into the second case, where we'll add one more column named order quantity. So we have a couple of quantities given over here, and we will make a new column where we'll put the discount to be given. So here now we'll be working out the second scenario where it is an approximate match. So for that, again we'll create a vertical lookup table array or a lookup list. So I have the quantities and my discount given. So here, since you see the quantities vary between 1 to 50, so it's not possible to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all the quantities over here and then write the discount given. It will become a very lengthy process. So in order to make it easier, what I've done is I've written the quantity as 1, 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. So any quantity which lies between 1 to 10, I would give a discount of 0.01. Likewise, any quantity lying between 10 to 20, I would give a discount of 0.02 and so on. So for the last one, any quantity which lies above 50, I would give a discount of 0.06. So this is the vertical lookup or the table array that I have created over here. Now, when we start writing the VLOOKUP formula, the first three input remains the same. So the lookup value is the value for which we would like to search for in my vertical lookup or in my table array. So that is my order quantity over here. So I'll select that, then comma. The table array is the one which we have created. So we'll select that. And since we do not want the values to change when we pull this formula up till E16, I would have to fix these particular cells. So after fixing it with the help of a dollar symbol, I'll enter my third input, which is the column index number, which again is 2 here because we have two columns in my table array. The first column is quantity and the second column is discount given. So again, we are wanting to pull the value of the discount to be given, which is ideally the second column in my table array. So I would put 2 over here. And finally, I cannot put false over here because the first value that I had was 28, and in my table array I do not have a value 28. Okay, it's either 20 or 30. So if I look for an exact match, now let's see the scenario. If I put for an exact match, what is the output which I will get? So when I put false and click on enter, you see it shows me an error NA, which means that it's not able to search for this order quantity 26 over here in my table array. So we cannot apply an exact match. That is, we cannot write false over here as my fourth input. So I need to search for an approximate match. So therefore, I would have to put the fourth input as true, which is for an approximate match, and click on enter. So when you click on enter, it goes and looks for the value of order quantity 26 on my table array, and it sees that 26 lies between 20 and 30, and the discount which needs to be given is 0.03. So that is how you get 0.03 populated over here in the discount to be given. Now when you pull it down to the next row, that is for the order quantity 38, here again we will see that the 38 order quantity lies between 30 and 40. So my discount which needs to be given is 0.04, which is again getting pulled over here in the column E, where we have to input values for discount to be given. So you can do this for all the other cells, and you can then match the values with a lookup table, and you will find that your discount is populated according to the values that you have input in your table array. So this is the difference between two cases or two scenarios in your vertical lookup or the VLOOKUP. That is the exact match scenario where we have used it for the priority star rating, and the second scenario was the approximate match scenario where it was used for the discount to be given. So basically in both the scenarios, only your fourth input changes. For an exact match, you'll always put false. For an approximate match, you always put true. So I hope you have understood what I mean by VLOOKUP and how to solve problems related to VLOOKUP. Thank you.